Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I'll be talking about another character within this game. And today's character I will be talking about is Yugiri. So, without further ado, let's get started. She is a POS member. Basically speaking, you will only be able to use her on the blue team in the escort mission and demolition mission. And her main weapon is basically an assault rifle. Now, there is a reason why I will be putting this character above EVT and Flavia. Why is that? So if I were to come to this place here, okay, and then go with this one, and because if you are very good at your control, you don't need this, you will only need this. And then if you go for critical hit, use the headshot. If you are a beginner, go for this one. If you are a pro player, go for this one. This one, just go with reload. She has enough magazine, sorry, enough bullet in her magazine, and go with recoil handling instead of sprint. Trust me, it is not worth it. So after all of this is done in the 15-meter range. Let's see what is the overall damage output. 750. Now if I were to go with this one here, everything is gonna be the same. 704. Now if I were to go with this one, 520. Like, can you even guess what is happening? If I get 520, does it represent it is a good character? No. Despite Flavia having the ability to survive for the longest period of time, her overall damage output is so low that this is the tier list that I had to come out with. Now remember, this tier list doesn't mean they are all bad in the lower area. It means you will have more difficulty controlling them. Because of this reason, I would say that Yugiri will fall into this category here, and then these two. Okay. Now I could put Yugiri here, but no, because unlike these two, where their active skill and their their active skill and their weapons capability are so good that they complement each other. When it comes to this one has a range limit, and this one also has a range limit. But overall, in terms of let's say from my point of perspective, favoritism. Okay, if I were to talk from my point of perspective, which is called favoritism, then obviously there are some other characters out there who can outperform Michelle because they do not have range limit. This character also do not have range limit, but I cannot put her here because when I use her active skill, it is going to be used in a very specific way, which I will explain. Okay, now, so when I talk about Yugiri, okay, Yugiri has the following capability, which is going to be the following. Okay, so the first thing is her range limit is unlimited. See, as you can see here, I can put it there. As long as there's something is there, I can put it there. Okay, so the thing about this is, if enemies were to shoot at it, it would not get destroyed. Obviously I cannot destroy my own, but if enemy were to shoot at this, it doesn't get destroyed. And what does it do? When it stays active, it destroys enemies armor. Okay, now what about the ultimate allows me to create a cube, and this cube will go wherever I am setting it. Okay, so look at the map and you can definitely see the highest concentration area of more enemy. I will put it there, and eventually all the enemy will start to lose their uh shield. So this is basically how it goes. Okay, and you can basically stop it in the middle, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so after that is complete, okay, after that is complete, the other thing is, what would happen if I were to use this character in the 3 range in terms of accuracy. So in terms of accuracy, the accuracy is very good. Look, 1 dead, 2 dead, and 3 dead. So I was able to kill 3 of them within 2 magazine capacity. So you can definitely get the idea that how much accurate she is. Now when it comes to this small thing, I can use maximum up to 3 at a time. Okay, but overall recovery rate is basically something like, let's see, about 42 seconds. So if the recovery rate is about 42 seconds, you need to be careful where you are using them. Okay, so you need to be careful about that part. Now after all of this is done, the question remains is what would happen if I were to activate this? What does this do? So corrosive mist, which one is this one? Corrosive mist, Leslie. So okay, the active skill. So here's the thing, active skill cooldown, instead of 42 it will become 15 second less, or you can basically use this. So whenever you use them, you will basically consume less energy, or those active skill will consume less energy, and you can activate them for a longer period of time. So let's say I select maybe this one just for demonstration, nothing else. Okay, maybe this one. Okay, and what about toxin burst? Toxin burst is basically the passive. So what does it do? When I shoot at the enemy, once the enemy starts to take HP damage, then they will make a toxin gas, and within those toxin gas, if any other allies are nearby, their shield are also going to get destroyed. So that's basically what this toxic shield is. Okay, now what is this one saying? This one saying is reduce the amount of damage needed to trigger them. So let's say I fully destroyed this one. Let's see how much more bullet it takes to use them. Okay, I can basically now do it within two attacks. Yeah, so at first it took me about more than 2 attacks. Now it only takes 2 attacks to activate that corrosive mist. Okay, now after that is complete, the question is what about this? Just go with these two are the best. Now after all of this has been activated, you will see what this following thing: awakening 1 or awakening skill 1. When enemy corrosive toxin erupts, a lingering mist form and persist for a short duration. So I do not see the benefit of this one. It is basically the corrosive mist and stays active for a longer period of time. So that's basically what it is saying. Okay, it not only stays for a longer period of time, the period actually extends a lot. So no, this is actually useful. This basically causes the corrosive gas to stays active for a longer period of time. Okay, not short. It shouldn't have written here short, for a longer period of time. Okay, what about this one? Upon activation, the spherical mist gradually expands over time. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe it was talking about this. Oh yeah, here it is. So when I activate this, okay, it will basically expand for a certain period of time and then eventually stop expanding. So if I were to activate all three of them, then it will basically form 3 bubbles, and this is useful in definitely in escort mission. This is highly useful in escort mission. This is highly useful, and even in demolition match this is highly useful. So from my point of perspective, I would say that this is the most overpower mechanism if you can awaken, if you can activate the awaken skill too. Okay, now what about this one? This is called toxic cloak. Okay, what does this do? The spherical mist becomes opaque, blocking vision. So if I were to use this one, this basically expand, and if I were to use this one, this basically what does it do? It blocks vision. So let's say this is the bomb area. I put one here. Okay, and then activate them. What will happen? I will be able to go inside, and if the enemy were to come, I will be able to know or tell my teammate to put one detection material here. And if I were to use just one, okay, then expand overall my energy cost and activate this awaken skill 1, then it will stay active for a longer period of time. So I would say that in the demolition mission, okay, if you know where the enemy are gonna put their bomb material, definitely put one of these there, and then hope that they will have a hard time going there, and eventually you will be able to survive for a longer period of time. Just make sure that you do not put more than one, because one is more than enough to do this, and you just don't even show up. You just need to put that there, and while their armor gets corroded away, you can then do surprise attack there, or maybe throw a grenade there, and that is gonna be more than enough. So let's say I know where the enemies are gonna be. Okay, so instead of going there, I'll be throwing one grenade, and I can see the damage happening. So I know it is somewhere gonna be there, and I'm gonna be shooting there randomly, and done. The enemy is dead. So this is basically how you should be using Yugiri in the escort mission and even demolition matches. Okay. Now in the escort mission it is very good. Instead of enemies just staying stuck to the bus, you can definitely put one of the this on the bus, and then they will have hard time surviving. Very good, I would say, very good. Now after all of this is done, the question remains, is there anything else in terms of weapon? Sorry, in terms of grenade, go for a frag grenade and a windstorm grenade, both in escort mission and demolition match. So let's say that is the bus or the demolition area where the bomb is. If you were to put it there, the enemy is gonna take damage, and if you were to use the windstorm grenade, it will basically make them fly and easier to shoot, something like that. Okay. Now in terms of gameplay, okay, in the team deathmatch, I only do team deathmatch, nothing else. The question is, how good is she? So let's talk about that. Okay, so when it comes to that, the thing is, I was able to get above 5,000 damage some place, or majority of the time 4,000 damage. But when I use this character here, the maximum amount of damage I can get out of Flavia is about 3,500, a lot less. So people actually assume that maybe I was a bad player. No, no, no. I can get MVP a lot more easier these days, a lot. Okay, not only these days, like even with against pro players. So what does this mean? It means that Flavia is not very good. Compared to that, I was able to get these MVP. Like you can definitely see that you are able to get a lot more MVP if you use proper character who has a lot more strength. Okay, so that's basically how it goes. So if that is the case, then the question is, what about the gameplay? So when it comes to the gameplay, I think I will be showing you guys this one. So where I basically did a lot of damage output a lot more properly. So let me show it to you guys. So let's see, somewhere around here in the desktop, let's see. Okay, yeah, this one. So I got about 27 kills, 6 death, and 6 assists. Okay, but the overall damage output is 5,500, and I got one number MVP with a total overall damage, sorry, a game score of 41. So let's see what happens. So warm up is not important. Let's go with this one here. Okay, so this is the first place where I didn't actually got that much good of a kill. Okay, let me expand a bit. So I would died there, but look what happens here. Okay, because the accuracy of this gun is so good that I was able to do a long distance shot and was still able to get large quantity of damage to destroy the enemy. The enemy was destroyed immediately. Okay, and then I went for the next one, same thing. Now I just did normal jump shot and it still worked. Why did it work? First of all, my ally was there. That is point number one. Point number two is the overall damage output is very high. High damage, high accuracy. This is what you are gonna get majority of the time. Like at this time frame, I was basically destroying enemies in such a way that it felt like that I was basically in a the zone mode. The zone mode is basically an indication of extreme concentration with more proper outcome. So to death. Even against sniper, I did got a huge sniper attack. done on my shield, but I was still able to survive, destroyed 2 or 3 enemies, I guess. I heard sound was coming from there, that is why I went there, shot the sniper again, like as if nothing, did a direct hit, did a direct full HP and armor hit on the shotgunner. Uh, I think this is the place where I died, I think, maybe. Yeah, this is my third death. If you have this much accuracy and damage, this is the result you are gonna get majority of the time. You saw how I was low on my bullet. I immediately hide for a short period of time and then shot again. And then after this was done, I think eventually I'm gonna be dead here someplace. But instead of dying, I just got low health, right? Now look what happens. After this, I come to this place here and then do about 7 kills. First kill 1, then 2, 3. This is the exact reason why I selected high reload rate. 4, 5, 6, and this is the place where I died. So after 6 kill I died. So what is happening here? So overall, if your damage output is very high and if your magazine capacity is also very high, you're gonna be able to get a large quantity of kill majority of the time, which is why when it comes to using Flavia, I always get frustrated. But just for the demonstration purpose, I need to show you guys of why I hate certain character, because despite what their active or passive skill or maybe ultimate skill is, they just don't perform as good as some other characters that I use. So I got 4 kill here, about 4 kill. Obviously my brain is not that much like a computer, but overall when I play the game I try to go for as much as good result as possible, and this is exactly what happened. And eventually just I made a mistake there. I wanted to throw the grenade some other place, but eventually got hit and ricocheted back at me. Ricochet is basically when you throw something but it comes back, that is called ricochet. So it ricochet or bounce back at me, and eventually I won the fight. Okay, so this is overall my conclusion in using this character. So whenever I use a character and I do not feel like that they are performing good, I just say that those characters aren't as good enough as you think. But if you still want to try them, that is up to you. So let's talk about the aesthetic. So the aesthetic is, this is currently what it is available right now, not that much good, and rest of the other bars are basically alternate color and nothing more. And in terms of weapon, I only like this one uh, because it is simplistic and less visible in long distance, and this one for aesthetic purpose only. Okay, so from all of this outcome, I will eventually have to put this character here in this ranking, because you will not be using her active skill that much, but when you do use her active skill, you will be able to use her active skill in demolition or escort mission. If you use them properly, your overall survivability rate will basically increase, and your overall winning rate will also increase. Okay, now this is the place where I will put her here, but there is another character which will be coming tomorrow who will outperform all of the other what should I call it them, all of the other uh, submachine gun, yeah, submachine gun user. uh, uh, this is assault rifle, no, submachine gun users. Hey, yeah, so this one basically outperforms rest of the other submachine gun users. So overall, this is the conclusion of my video. So if you like this video, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time.